You can be heroes just for one day. It's good. No, I like that. Keep it. This song has a special meaning. This is the symbol of West Berlin in a way. So I started to paint on the Berlin Wall in April '84 because I was so near from the wall, so I could feel the emptiness of that life. I realized I'm getting crazy in my head. I have to start something, and then I just start to paint the wall. They don't believe me.
嚟自法國里昂嘅 Thierry 係第一位喺柏林圍牆上邊畫畫嘅藝術家。佢喺法國畢業之後打過5-6份工，每份都係返幾個月就俾人炒咗。23歲嗰年，佢決定要改變人生，選擇去西柏林開展新生活。
At that time, West Berlin was kind of meeting point for everyone who couldn't find their ways in Europe. And a lot of musicians were there, all the small groups of new wave music, and that's why I took a one-way ticket, a train. It took me like 21 hours to arrive in West Berlin at 6 a.m. in the morning in January 1982. I was following a lot David Bowie, Iggy Pop, and also Lou Reed, and he wrote a song about Berlin in 1973. It was so nice, it was paradise. I wrote later that Lou Reed made his song about books in New York City. So he said, I never been to Berlin from books. I said, what, this guy wrote a song about my life I had 10 years later.
西柏林嘅生活完全顛覆咗 Thierry 嘅想像。當時嘅酒吧、餐廳通宵開放，等盟軍嘅士兵可以日夜玩樂。好多後生仔佔屋居住，冇錢、吸毒、酗酒，但係呢度同時有好大嘅自由度，孕育咗好多非主流、想改變世界嘅年輕人。
I just start to paint in Berlin because I had to adapt myself to the new situation. Yeah, because I was young and then I couldn't find the freedom to start some creation, which was not possible in France.
Thierry 同50個後生仔一齊住喺一間青年中心，嗰間屋同柏林圍牆嘅距離非常近。
I could see from my bathroom over the wall, and I never saw a soldier shooting or someone got arrested. Just pure melancholic life. Those guys looking like that from the watchtower. It was not funny every day to live like that. So I didn't came to Berlin to paint the Berlin Wall. It happens because of this life like that. Movement of freedom, just to say stop of this life. Let's do something and paint.
佢同另一位法國藝術家 Boucher 一齊喺建築工地收集用剩嘅顏料，開始喺圍牆上邊畫畫。
The first painting was the repetition of a painting I made in Lyon, and because of this painting I got fired from my work. So as a small revenge, I repeat that painting on the Berlin Wall. 5 meters, it was officially East Berlin. Of course, it was possible to be shot by East German soldiers, but in that neighborhood it will not happen because I knew every corner by danger. It was just easy to let down everything and jump the 5 meters back to West Berlin. I was not nervous because it was also important not to put any music in your ear. I was young enough to be quick at that time.
喺 Thierry 開始畫畫之前，圍牆上邊只有零星嘅標語同埋小型塗鴉。
Even the German artists never paint the wall before. It was kind of taboo. a shame in the society. And me as a foreigner, I didn't knew that. Family were divided because of the war. It was just a no-go to paint the wall. It was just to start to paint a graveyard. So that's why it was a big shock to see someone painting the wall. The West Berliner was very aggressive at that time, trying to know who gave you the money. The people were thinking I'm a spy from France, and I had to answer that even if you paint 100 kilos of colors on the wall will never be beautiful because it's a deadly machine.
起初 Thierry 嘅作品有其他風格，但係畫風太複雜，而且太多人問佢問題，唔可能邊畫邊講。
So the more you paint, the more you get ideas, and I developed these styles because I wanted something simple, could be painted. At the same time, I was explaining why I'm painting. I paint with all those guys together about 5 kilometers in 6 years, painting every day. People make jogging or exercise, bodybuilding. I was painting.
Thierry 嘅作品後來登上大銀幕，開始為人認識。德國導演 Wim Wenders 嘅電影《柏林宮倉下》喺1987年上映。喺電影中可以見到 Thierry 喺零下13度，企喺樓梯上邊畫畫。
After that film, something changed. The people tried to realize that it's more than just painting like that. The meaning of the wall painting was different. When the war was gone, so those heads were in the memories of the population in Germany and all in Europe as a symbol of the new freedom.
圍牆倒下之後 ，Thierry 繼續喺部分遺址上面畫畫。佢嘅作品而家仍然可以喺市中心見到，例如呢個昔日東西柏林嘅交界。
This piece of the Berlin Wall is on an original place because you can see the trace. The wall came down, all the wall has to disappear from Berlin. The only way to keep the wall was to paint it, which was a paradox because at that time, 35 years before, I painted the wall for destruction, and now I paint the wall to keep as a symbol of new freedom.
Thierry 認為而家嘅新一代唔在乎柏林圍牆。
But I said to those guys, take care if you forget your past, it may come back and next time even stronger. Yeah, it's important to remember the history, of course. Now about 10% of all the borders are walls, so it's important for the people who live there to give a signal to the governments and paint those borders. That's why there's a movement called border art, and to paint that border it makes the wall real, and then maybe it will change something. I became famous because of the fall of the wall. Or I don't want to be famous because I remember in 1984 I met David Bowie in a discotheque called Jungle, and he went to the bathroom with two big guys left and right as a bodyguard. So I said to myself, I don't want to be like that.
號召有心人幫學生撐足1年睇蘋果，請即行動！